Yup. We're recording the session. So my name is Happy. I'm so excited to see everybody out here. So we're gonna start right away. The main theme of our event is all about sharing experience. We're gonna have 3 alumni who are gonna share with us a lot of stuff, but also we're gonna have other people joining us from 2021 mentees. So let us be free. Let us share everything that we want to know about the session and all the stuff. So this is an interactive session. Nobody's like the core person here. Like everybody has to share something. Everybody has to speak. So feel free. Let us just let that sisterhood imagine us. Let us be so free. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm so happy to see all of you right now. So I want all of you to be very free, like you should be very, very happy right now, like all that stuff. And we're gonna have simple games to do in here. We're gonna have simple interactive games. So our friend Salma is gonna share with us some of the ice-breaking things to like get to know each other and just kind of like share stuff together. Apart from that, we're gonna have something that is amazing. We have a surprise for you guys, and then we're gonna move forward to the panel session. So I'm gonna call forward Salma to move to the next session. Salma,
Hi, Happy. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? So, what is it in your is it on the evening? Is it on the morning? Is it on the afternoon? Maybe you can if you want to introduce yourself, please feel free to do it on the chat box. Where are you from? What's your name? Where are you from? What are you majoring in? What your interests are? Maybe even you can find your teammates or even find your friends through this gathering session. So as Happy has mentioned, this gathering session, we're trying to facilitate the people in here, the fellow mentees, and the initiative has been raised by Happy to kind of like talk with each other, the other fellow mentees, and also with the alumni to trying to see what is the Dream for Change is all about, and just listen to their journey in this mentoring program, what are they like. So yeah, excited to meet with all of you. And as Happy has mentioned, I actually prepared a game. It's called Kahoot, if you guys have heard of it. But unfortunately, I cannot share it to you because turns out it is limited. I can only share it for 10 people because I use free account, and I can only share to like 30 people or more if I have premium account. So I'm sorry for that. We don't have an ice-breaking games, but please feel free to introduce yourself. And do we have anyone here from the Asia, perhaps? I saw that there are a lot of people from the Europe, especially in France, in Paris, studying fashion business, fashion management. And wait, sorry. Do we have anyone who would like to introduce yourself? And I really encourage everyone in here to open their webcam if it's possible for you to be more interactive. But if it's not possible, perhaps you're at work in your location, then that's totally understandable.
أسأل بتكوني سين.
Hello, Christina. Are you talking to me? Oh.
Hi everyone, sorry for joining late.
No worries.
Yeah.
Okay, so since we're still waiting for the alumni shortly, I would like to let you know that the background that we have here is made by Alfira. Elvira Manik. She's from Indonesia, and she also have something to say. She have something to share. So, Elvira, I invite you to the floor. You can share the stuff that you've been working on.
Thank you, Salma. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Elvira, and I'm from Indonesia, and I want to share my ideas for the poster that we can share on our social media platform. So I will do the share screen. Okay, so here's the design example using my picture, and you can use with your own picture. And also, I made 2 options with different size and 2 colors, so you can choose which one to with your picture. So what do you think, guys?
I loved it. Like,
Thank you.
that's so good. That's so creative. I mean, just the volunteering is so great.
Okay, so we can try together now by click this link, and I will show you the steps.
Yeah, and maybe you can put the link like in the chat box, maybe.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm also gonna send the link in the WhatsApp group. So everybody, and also there's people in WhatsApp group, we're gonna send them the link. Yep, let's do this.
Hi, sorry. I don't think I'm in any WhatsApp group. Can I leave my number in the chat so you can add me, please?
Yeah.
We're gonna send you the link, yeah.
Thank you.
So we can start now. Okay, so first we choose the frame. So you can choose I choose this one, and then you can choose the long version if you want to share on your Instagram story, and also for the square size for Instagram, or maybe you can post on your LinkedIn post. And next you can choose your best picture. So I will maybe I can choose this one like this. So you can zoom or zoom in or zoom out, and then you click next. So after that, you just click download. So this is the result. So any question, guys?
No, I think it's really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think some short tips if the picture that you are using have a lighter background, choose the font, choose the black font. But if the background is darker, you can choose the white font.
So I will try the long version. So this is for the long version. So you can post to your Instagram story. Can you click download?
Thank you, Vera. That is so beautiful. I hope everybody's making this stuff and we are sharing it on our social media platforms, in our Instagrams, in our accounts, and everybody. And if you know anyone from Women at Dior, or you have followed anyone in Instagram, please tag them. And do not forget the hashtags Women at Dior, Dior Mentees 2022. We can go by that. We can go by those hashtags. So tag us, tag everybody, like share all this stuff in the social media platforms, and let us get connected. Let the sisterhood just spread out. Yeah, I think we're gonna move to the next chapter. I'm gonna welcome Salma to welcome the speakers, and our first speaker is gonna be Isadora from Brazil.
Yeah.
So Salma, I'm gonna welcome you to take over the panel session so that we can move forward. Thank you everyone for being so on time. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Vera, for the very creative initiative. Everyone feel free to use that Twibbon, and thank you, Happy, for reminding us. So today we have our first alumni. Her name is Isadora Gomez. Hopefully I pronounced it right. She is from Brazil, and a bit about her project. Her project was about advocating against the crime towards trans women. Such as murder and also prostitution. So I would like to welcome Isadora. Hi, Isadora. Are you here?
Hello. Hey, I am.
Hey, hi, Isadora. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm really honored to be invited to this meeting.
No?
It was super nice meeting you all. Thank you so much for this invitation. And I'm really glad to see the mentees from this year reuniting before everything that will happen along the year. And I'm really glad to see this.
Yeah, so can you tell us about your your journey, especially about your Dream for Change project?
Yes, of course. Last year, in this time, I was in your places. I was super excited for participating from this mentoring program. I was really looking forward to see what will come next. And I had no idea what my project would be at this point. But in the end of the year, I met my team. We decided to create an initiative that could help another minorities and to pick the issue that we wanted to solve. We started thinking, okay, so what is one problem that we have here in Brazil that we might be able to help solving, and what could we do? And we chose the transgenders because they're from a minority that is the most excluded from society, and we wanted to use our privilege as college students and mentees from this program to try to balance the inequity. So we know that it's not like our place of speech to say what is the right or what is the wrong regarding the transgender. So we decided to use our privilege to open the space for these people. So we talked with other transgenders to see what is their needs and what do they want, what is their hope for the future. And we saw the statistics that 90% of transgender women in Brazil are in prostitution. Their life expectancy is of 35 years old, and 91% of transgender people here do not complete high school. So we got really bummed about the statistics, and talking with those people, the transgenders, we saw that what we could do is something related to education, sharing our experiences and knowledge So we created our. Sorry, did someone say something?
No, please go ahead.
Okay. So we decided that we could create a virtual platform so we can provide some courses of complementary education, because we know that we are talking with people from different backgrounds, and some of them do not have knowledge, the type of knowledge that we are used to have in the universities, and they have like prostitution as some of them has prostitution as the only option of having money. So we decided to create something that could provide complementary education for them, so they could have, for example, serigraphy classes and STEM classes, so they could acquire new tools, new knowledge, so they could maybe create a new business, or they could improve their resumes so they could have more chances in the marketplace. So talking with the coaches, and guys, listen to them, they know what they are saying. So talking with the coaches through the steps of the project, we saw that we could create a website, and to be more democratic, we wanted to create a physical space for the people that do not have access to internet. But at first, we just created a website because we have a really short time to do this project. So we created everything, we launched everything, we created the Instagram account, we talked with possible partnerships. Here in Brazil, we have some organizations that already work with transgenders, but they're just a few. And they put us in contact with some of them so they could use the platform, see, they could say, what do they think about that? What do they think that we should change? And this kind of thing. We talked with politicians, and we did our best to make this project the most viable to be implemented. And we presented that to Dior, and they liked it. And then we were selected as top 6, and that was a really big deal for us. And then we have to rush to practice the speeches to choose one of the one representative from the group to present in the UNESCO and Women at Dior Global Conference. And they picked me. My group picked me. We decided that together. And then I presented the global conference in front of the jury. Some of you, I believe, that were there and were able to see that. And some of you saw in the recording that they did. I hope you liked it. And that was amazing because I was able to meet a lot of girls that had the same dream that I have to change the world at least a little bit. And yeah, that was incredible. The network that you are able to do in the conference, it's amazing. And you listen to a lot of different people speaking from the heart what are their initiatives, and that was amazing. I don't know if I missed something. Do anyone has any questions?
Yeah, that's really amazing, Isadora, regarding transform. I prepare several questions here. You mentioned that the issue was focusing on Brazil. So did your team member also all come from Brazil, or how did you form the team back then?
Yeah, so Dior recommends in the rules in the online platform that I believe that you already have access to it, the educational platform. They recommend to try to make the group in the same country at least, because for they I can understand, because they think that it's easier for you to connect with those people or to get in contact because of the time difference and everything. So my team is mostly from girls from Brazil. Me and 3 of them are from the same university, and one of the girls is from France. Yeah, this Chloe, she came from France to Brazil, and she was doing a study abroad here. And I asked in the group and on LinkedIn if there are any girls that was in Brazil to be in the the general group that we have from all the girls from Brazil that is from this mentorship too. And she asked if she could be part of my team, and I said yes, and the girl said yes, and that was it. So it was 4 girls from Brazil and 1 girl from France that was here in Brazil. But we have a lot of different groups that had like I believe that was not Twanga's group, but one of the girls group, I believe that is Sakshi's group, the Phoenix, has girls from 4 different countries, for example. So yeah, so it's up to you guys. You will be able to access a part of the platform that they will allow you to access in October or September, more or less. That you could pick a group, or you can create a team there, and people can send invitations to you. So yeah, this kind of interaction is great. So you can meet together and see uh, people that have alike ideas. So
Yeah, for sure. Oh, so it's around 5 team members, was it?
yes, they at least last year they said that the team had to has um, from 4 to 5 members
Okay.
maximum.
I have another question regarding to your project. You mentioned that you and your team created an education platform for trans women so that they can pursue education because they are lacking access to education, and you chose to create a website. How long was the project, and what was the biggest challenge your team has faced during your projects?
Well, one of the biggest projects was to create a website because none of us has an IT background. So we had to learn how to create a website, more or less. And we didn't have budget. So we said, okay, we have to create a website from the ground zero. None of us did that before. And we do not have budget to hire someone to do it. So we created a very simple website from a Wix website.
Yeah,
They have tutorials. Yeah, so they have tutorials how you could create that. I was studying UX design last year. I did just the beginning of the course, so I have an idea of the interface, how we could create an interface that could be pleasant. And we were watching a lot of videos on YouTube to develop this website. So that was a huge challenge. And another uh, big challenge that we still has to business year is the contact with the transgenders to find the girls for the project, because we are talking about marginalized people. And if we really want to do the change, we have to reach out to people that is in the most difficult situation. So we are contacting organizations so we could achieve to reach those girls, and that is a really big challenge too. So, but in the time of the creating the project, I think um, there was, yeah, those 2 challenges, mostly contacting the transgenders to see what do they think about the project, and do something that they would like, and creating the website.
did you have any method to track how many trans women that uses your website as an education platform, or do you have any timeline how many months these people can use the platform, something like that? Can you track it down?
You mean like how many people access the website?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How many
alumni.
trans women can access to your program?
Well, we actually are like in the pause from the website because we are going to improve the website. So we will change a couple of things, but um, we're contacting specific people. So at first we wanted to be like just a few girls, just to try the website. So it was like around 5 girls, 3 girls, just so we have their evaluation. But anyone that has the link to access the website could access the website. But we have a filtering, kind of like they have to request an access, and we were able to check who was requesting that access, and we could allow it or not. So we have like the website that anyone could see, the main page, and then we have the members page that was just for the that they had the classes, that was just for the people that we allowed to access.
Do you mind sharing it with us? Like
Yes.
okay.
Yes, I can share it with you. Just a reminder, okay? We are in pause. We are going to change a couple of things. We are going to update the website, but we are doing this slowly because Dior are going to help us with a couple of things. But I can share it with you. That's not a problem. I would just talk with my teammates, but there's no problem with that. Okay.
Amazing work. Amazing work. Congratulations, Isadora, and your team. What's your team was called? What was
Thank
your
you very
team
much.
name?
My team name is All Voices.
Our voices.
We like to say that we wanted to use our voice, our group, to as a microphone, so all the voices from the transgenders could be heard again by society. But yeah, I don't know if you could see that in somewhere, the All Voices name. But the name of the project is Casa Transpasa. I know that might be hard a little bit to pronounce in some languages. Transpasa. You can say Transpasa. It's okay. That means a home to go beyond, and have that trans word there. So yeah, but I can share that with you guys. And did I forget to answer something?
No. Yeah, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for sharing us your story. Hopefully your project can go a long way, and you can bring positive impacts to the trans women in Brazil. Yay.
Thank you very much. We hope that too. Thank you.
Thank you, Isadora. So we have another speakers here, a friend of Isadora too, perhaps. Her name is Swenga. I'm sorry, I don't know if I mispronounce it, but please welcome Kwenga Koyana from South Africa.
Hello. Woman of the Year class of 2022-2023. I'm so excited for you guys. Congratulations. Yes. This is amazing. I literally hope you all are so proud of yourselves, because what you've like gotten into is literally so impactful. It's so life-changing. It's so transformative. And I just want to say, Izzy, my Brazilian sister, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations for just like also making it this far and just like running with it, and everything that you shared. I was just literally just like, I was with this girl and we were like, really going through the journey together. And I promise you, sorority and sisterhood is literally the essence of this program. And I know you guys are going to love it. So thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting. Thank you. I feel so honored. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for making the time.
Of course.
Is it the morning in there?
It's actually like late afternoon. It's going for 5 o'clock here in Cape Town. I'm in Cape Town, South Africa. So yeah, it's almost, the sun is going to set not too long from now. Yeah.
Energetic, but yet you're still very energetic.
Yes, I guess I'm very excited to be with you guys.
It's almost 10 p.m. in my location here.
Oh, wow. Can you imagine? We're all like at different time zones and different times. So someone's preparing to sleep, some people are preparing to wake up. I think that's so cool.
amazing. People are gathering here right now.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe you can introduce yourself. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. And also tell us about your Woman at Your journey and also about your Dream for Change project.
Amazing. Okay, so my name is Twanga. It's I'm Xhosa. In South Africa we have like 11 different official languages and cultures. So I'm from like the Xhosa culture, and that's where my name is from. I'm 23 and I'm currently studying another honors degree in film and television at one of the universities here in Cape Town. And yeah, I am part of, or I represent Team Talita, Talita Together, and sure, the journey, it sounds, in terms of timeline, quite similar to what Isadora shared, but yeah, it was its own unique experience, getting to like meet all like the girls. You guys are really smart to like actually have a type of like meeting like this where, you know, we all officially link up and meet together, whereas we didn't have that. We kind of all got our information from like LinkedIn. When we all got into the program, like we'd all just look out for any Woman at Dior posts and like Dior and LVMH posts on LinkedIn, and would sort of go on that platform, and from there people started creating links for WhatsApp to sort of link together, and so that's when my journey like officially started. So what I did, guys, is I joined like people's groups who were in like India and like people's groups who were in Paris, and I literally joined a whole bunch of these WhatsApp groups to like, you know, scope, okay, what do we do, what do you say? I had like no clue as to how to go about finding girls in like my community, so I was like literally on as many like WhatsApp groups as I could, and it was nice. No one like, you know, was like, oh, that's weird, this girl from like South Africa is like on our like Woman at Your India group. Like no one like rejected me. I just kind of sat to get a feel of like what direction it was taking, because I'll be very honest, like I didn't like actively get a mentor. None of my team members did. And that was a bit of a hack, because we're like, oh, it's a mentoring program, like we need a mentor to guide us. But unfortunately, we all took the initiative to like reach out to the mentor that we got assigned to, but they never responded. But they did say, I brought it up, and I was like, I was fighting for class of 2022. I was like, you guys need to make sure that all of them get mentors. They all get all the help that they need, because it's really hard going on this journey without a mentor. So they were like, yeah, no, we know it was like really bad that not all the mentors took it seriously. So this year we are like regrouping, and we're gonna get the girls to get mentors. So I kind of learned from being on all those different groups as to like how people about it. And then I went to LinkedIn, and I decided, okay, I'm going to take the initiative, create a link for any girls in the program in Africa to join. I didn't want to just limit it directly to like South Africa, in case like I didn't know how many girls on the program there were, and we needed like about 4 to 5 girls to work with, as Izzy had mentioned. So I made it open to anyone in Africa, and I put that link there, and I was like, every day I just prayed that someone would join my WhatsApp group, so I was not the only person on the Woman at Dior Africa group on WhatsApp. And eventually, as time went, I ended up with 4 other girls and making a team of 5, and I was like, oh my word, this is amazing. And that was the conception of Talita Together, and we kind of like went on a long journey of, you know, getting to know each other, getting to know each other's passions, what are we passionate about. And then when we were well within the program, which you will also experience, that there's a theoretical part and there's practical part and there's the Dream for Change, when it came to the crux of actually creating the initiative, we really just scoped, okay, what are the social issues around women and how can we emancipate young women and girls in an African context in Africa, like what is going on. And what we noticed from the COVID-19 pandemic is that COVID exacerbated teenage pregnancy in Africa for many reasons. And mainly because like girls would not like have a source of like financial, like parents lost their jobs, people just didn't have like money. So a lot of girls would go into prostitution. A lot of girls would end up like dropping out of school. There were just like a lot of issues that led to so many girls suddenly like having a high number of teen pregnancy. And the statistics were shocking, they were crazy, and we were like really heartbroken learning that like even just in South Africa, grade 9 and grade 10 girls who are like 10 years old and 11 years old and 12 years old were getting pregnant. That like it wrecked us completely. So we're like, okay, this needs to be our initiative. We need to go and see how we can emancipate young teenage pregnant girls, because we obviously know at that age that like where do you begin? Where does a child begin to raise a child and give birth to a child? Like it's unimaginable. It's unthinkable of how they can handle that. And a lot of them end up isolating themselves because their parents abandon them and they just don't have any support. So we were like, okay, we need to reach these girls. We need to find how can we help them? How can we support them? So that became our initiative. And we went through a whole long process of getting recruitments, finding out what organizations are potentially already starting to work and look into the issue of teenage pregnancy. And yeah, we created like a proof of concept, and we did all the steps, part of the Women at Dior program, all like the steps for the Dream for Change project. And we also got to a point where in our coaching session, they were like, we really think your project is, you have a really good cause, it can really go far. And before we knew it, we got an email saying we made top 6, and we need to also get a representative to speak in Paris at the global conference. My team also, we all kind of like went through a process of pitching what we would say, and then everyone all just decided that they'd want me to go and speak. And yeah, that's what I pitched. And I went with that energy that there are young girls in this continent, in our country, that are fighting a plight of carrying a baby for 9 months, that they don't even know how to do that, how to get through that, and they need help, but they are caught in feeling ashamed and isolated, and we need to be their voice to say, everyone, can we help these girls? Can we help our sisters in Africa to get the support they need? So that's Talita Together, and that's my journey with the Dream for Change project. And yeah, that is me.
Yeah, congratulations for Talita Together for making it to the top 6. I think it was very heartwarming in practices. There are even TV shows that being a teen mom is very, very hard, especially at a young age. You don't know if you have fully developed as an adult, and they also have to struggle with finances and also education to have more proper jobs for their kids. I think it's a very good initiative. Isadora mentioned back then that she had trouble talking with the marginalized community that she brought up. And you also talking about pregnant girls. Did you find that it was hard to talk with them, to find these girls and also to make them open up and share their issues? And if yes, how do you tackle with that?
So the time that I realized this was not going to be a very easy journey, reaching the girls and actually interacting with them, was part of the project, which was quite like later into the Dream for Change project, where you have to submit a 1-minute video. And we wanted for our video to obviously have a pregnant teen in it, to just like give an interview of her experience and of her journey. And when we sort of gathered, when we all traveled to a center that also like deals with, you know, marginalized groups and kids, when we got them, when we got there and we communicated that, listen, we're looking for teenage pregnant girls to be a part of our interview. And they agreed, and they said, okay, we will help you find a teenage pregnant girl in this township or in any neighboring areas, and then you guys can come in, you can shoot the video and all of that. When we actually got there at the center, they had just found out that the teenage girl was there, but she left just before she knew we were going to have the interview. And
because she's scared.
Yes, it is a thing of, it's not something that like is easy to like open up to strangers and share like why they're in that situation, why it's a very vulnerable and like very like hard and difficult thing to come and like, you know, share your story with someone, because it's very personal. Some of them, and a lot of them, given South Africa having quite a high rate of GBV, which is gender-based violence, some of them are in those situations because of sexual violence, because of rape, and it becomes a very sensitive issue to share and open up like their journey and their story as to how they got pregnant and all of that. So I think at the crux of the matter is that she just couldn't do it, and we completely respected that. We like completely understood, and we sort of like made use of finding other ways in which we could illustrate our message and like what we want to do. But in as far as going forward, we are approaching places where teenage pregnant girls like have to go and they have to consult those areas. So like clinics where girls have to go in for like checkups and all of that. We're approaching them. We're creating a pamphlet to distribute to the clinics. And we're saying, okay, this is all the information about City Together, about our partnerships, about our contacts, where girls can reach us, and how we can help them. So we're going to points of contacts like clinics, like churches, like identifying all the places those teenage pregnant girls would go to as a refuge and as like help through their journey. And we're targeting those areas to be able to recruit them. And once they see that, oh, there's an organization out there, there are a team of women that want to like support me and help me learn and understand what motherhood is about, how do I get through a pregnancy, then, you know, I don't think it's something that they wouldn't want to do. They need all the help that they could get. So that is what we're providing. It's essentially a hub for any teenage pregnant girl that needs assistance in any facets of their journey, through education of antenatal and postnatal classes, how to be pregnant, how to give birth, how to do labor, as well as extra lessons. How can we help you continue with your school so you don't have to drop out? How can we tutor you in your courses and assist you to still maintain your marks, as well as entrepreneurship, because a lot of these girls don't even have the money, like you said. So what entrepreneurship initiatives can we create for them to make an income, to make a stipend? So that is what our team does, and our organization. And so yeah, that is how we're reaching out, and we're recruiting young pregnant teens in our areas. It's not easy. Not all of them want to talk. Not all of them want to open up, but we're still going out there to be like, listen, we can help you. We can guide you. We can reintegrate you into society and still help you become independent, successful young woman. Even if you have a child, you can still pass school. You can still get your certificate. You can still do university, and you can still become all that you dream of. And we're there to help you do that. So yeah, that's how we did it.
Yeah, it's really great to hear that you provide prenatal education, postnatal education, and also entrepreneurial education, even, and also tutor them about their studies. I mean, it's a lot of things. Do you work with teachers as well outside of your team members, or is it your team members to prepare all those materials?
So it's really like, as I answer this question, I'm also giving advice that it's really important to be strategic about partnerships, and about finding organizations that ideally have been doing what you're interested in doing. So what we did is we sought an organization out that has already like either done the work or have interest in like implementing an initiative that already facilitates for that. So we found an organization that already has those facilities that we can sort of engage and that we can get mentorship from, and that we can get guidance from as to implementing our project. And the organization, we're very fortunate, the organization that we got, they had already partnered with another organization called Flourish, and they deal with antenatal and postnatal classes. So they already have accredited, trained professionals who teach the girls how to. So we got in contact with them, and we formed a relationship now with the Flourish hosts to help us implement Talita Together's project to help support teenage pregnant girls. So yes, we are in relationship with professionals and teachers specifically for the pregnancy. But in as far as our personal involvement, we will be helping tutor the girls in their schoolwork, and we'll also be imparting like personal things that we're passionate about, that are skills we'd like those young girls to also have and develop. Like, so for example, mine is I'm very passionate about the voice. I did a whole degree in theater and performing arts, and it's all about manifesting the power of your voice and being able to use your voice to get on platforms, to sell yourself, sell your idea, market who you are, and like present yourself to the world through your voice and through the power of your words. And so teaching those girls how to articulate themselves, how to be really comfortable, speaking English, and being able to put themselves on that platform is a personal skill I would be imparting to them. So we are involved on all sorts of levels in terms of professionals helping them, but also ourselves in assisting them with their academic adventures, entrepreneurship adventures, and like personal skills we want to impart to them. So yeah.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. So partnership is really, really important, right?
Yes, get the right partners. Yeah.
Okay, so we have several other questions, but I would like to also invite Isadora back. So it's more of the Dream for Change project in general matters. So I would like to hear both perspective. And if the other girls have any other question, please feel free to drop it on the chat box. So we have a question here. For any project, we need funding. And it might be hard to find sponsors in an early stage of social ventures. How do you cope with funding and financing from the early stage until post-competition?
Izzy, do you want to answer that first, or should I go?
You can go.
Okay. So with any partnership, or with I muted myself. With any like funding that your project is going to receive, you unfortunately need to be a registered, at least in my country that I know, you need to become like a registered entity, so that you can also get like a bank account, and so that you can, get people to send the money through, because you also, money can be coming from all sorts of different angles and in different currencies. So with finances, you must always like think of also the legal aspects of that and how the finances will be coming. So you will only probably be concerned with how to financially implement your idea once you've got like the likes of Dior and UNESCO already announcing that, okay, we're going to support you. So if you do make top 3, you do have like better chances of being able to get partners behind you and get people, organizations behind you to financially support you, because you have the brand and you have the name behind you. So using that as leverage to get finances is a big option. What I want to highlight and emphasize is there's not like much funding and much money that you need to establish in your journey to the global conference. Money and finances become an issue and like a thing when you are going to be implementing the actual. So do as much as you can without like requiring, because you're not registered, you're not an official entity with the government. You're still forming the project, you're still creating the idea. So that's a large part of it. And as far as implementing the idea, you need to find, if you're not a registered entity, if you're not legally registered in the government database, then go to form partnerships that they are able to assist with the funding to help your project. So if they have the bank account, if they're registered and they hold the finances, then it becomes easier now to seek funding from people. And I think social media, using the power of social media to put videos out there, get the name out there, get the brand out there, say, okay guys, this is our initiative, this is our cause, this is what we're going to do, but we need finances for X, Y, and Z. Please help us do that, like literally on as many platforms as you can, and that should gain awareness and attraction to your project. And then finances will be coming in. But when they do come in, all your legal stuff needs to be in order, like everything. So that's why having a project manager, having guidance, having a mentor, having an entity that is like legally registered to hold those finances to help you, to guide you, is really important. And that's what I'd say and I'd advise.
I think it's even harder since your team member was from different parts of Africa, was it?
Yeah, so it is. We literally can't actually like register our team as like an MPO or an NGO because we have 2 of our members living in Zimbabwe. So it's like legally impossible to do that. So we have to find other ways of getting our funding. Yeah.
Okay. How about Isadora? How did you get the funding?
Well, I think it's a lot like what Twenga said. I think in the beginning you have to focus on trying to make this project the most viable as possible, and you have to think in the way that you want to present your idea. In my team, we didn't have budget as I said, and it was a really short time. So we are trying to get partnerships for different areas from the project. So partners that could bring us the students, partners who could provide us the physical space, partners who could provide us more the funding. But our main focus was to try to create a strong idea to present to Dior. And as Twenga said, after you have this award and after you win or you participate in the conference, more people comes to you, and Dior connect you to stakeholders. They could be possible partners that could help you, and then they could help you raise some money for the project. And an advice that I could give to you is to keep an open mind in this financial part. So, for example, my team, we want to create some sustainable project, economically sustainable project. So we want to make this project be able to provide their own money. So we intend to create, for example, charity events to raise some money, maybe a crowd fund, besides the partnerships, the funding. And we want to implement some ideas that we could make this money multiplies itself. So the project can be economically sustainable. So we do not depend from partners to fund the project. So that is a way that we think that could make the project last. So yeah, that is an idea. So we do not want to only depend from people funding the project, but we also we're looking for some organizations here that focus on social innovation, and we are contacting them, presented ideas, explaining why do we need their help. And at first we were trying to decide if we want to make this an NGO or we wanted to make a group that here in Brazil we call coletivo, that it's like an independent group that we get different partners to help. So yeah, it's a lot of things. Guys, really sorry for the background noise. I'm in the work, so people are arriving. But yeah, that depends on how do you intend to proceed with your project. If you want to be an NGO or if you want it to be a company. So I think that would depend on how you will reach for that money. So if you will reach for partners that will fund your project, or partners that could provide you the right tools and the right ways to make that money, you know?
I think the hardest part for social venture is to make it economically sustainable in the long run. So yeah, I really hope that everything works out for your team. Okay.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. We are having a couple of challenges making that happen, but we are trying to keep an open mind, and we are contacting possible partners that could help us to create maybe new tools in the website. I cannot give you spoilers right now, but if you want something, you have to research a lot about that, and you have to do your best to reach that. You know, so we really want that. We really want the project to last. So we think that is something that might be difficult, but might be really, really important in the future for the project. So
okay, thank you very much, Isadora, for your explanation. Now we already have Baghdad here. So Baghdad is from Kazakhstan. Baghdad Akbieva, her project was about the limitation against women development in Central Asia and also Afghanistan using storytelling and also dialogue. So Baghdad, are you here?
Yes, thank you so much for this nice introduction. I'm so happy and glad to see my girls here. Hi, I miss you. So, yes, I'm so happy to be a speaker today because I would like to encourage you to and motivate you to be in a project for the whole period of your participation, because it's really important for you. It's a really unique chance to present your idea, present your projects, present your for me personally, it was a unique idea to present social issues that we have, because in our countries, because in our region, it's prohibited to raise these topics. And it was for me a great and the unique opportunity to present these social issues that exist in our countries on the stage of headquarters in Paris and be heard by UNESCO top management, decision makers, international decision makers. So today I would like to provide you some tips But I think that you know your projects much better than me, and I think that you analyze your projects regarding others, regarding our maybe some mistakes, our experience, and etc. But I would like to give you at least three of them, and I think that it's one of the most important. For the first, I would like to speak about your group mates, because in our case it was an issue to work with our group mates, but we tried, we attempt, and we connected with Dior team, with the Dior management, and they said that you should never give up. You should try to, and attempt to encourage your teammates, because it would increase your position in the eyes of your jury. So you should prove that you can communicate with your group mates. You can communicate with your like you are open-minded. You are a person who can encourage other people. So my first tip is, if your group mates are not working, and try to motivate them to participate. Show your motivation and interest, as this is a really unique opportunity, as I said before, to get contacts all over the world. So not only to inspire them, not only to make interesting your project for juries that all your group mates were working, but also it's really an opportunity for you to have networking in other countries. So for example, in our case, we had representatives from whole Central Asia. So we are I'm personally located in Almaty, but my group mates were from Afghanistan, from Kyrgyzstan, from Uzbekistan, from Turkmenistan. So it was really nice to see people from these countries and see the social issues from inside. The second advice and tip, as you wish, is contact UNESCO offices in your region, because they can help. If you will, because they need such open-minded and young people, as you have a lot of ideas and you know your society much better than, for example, foreigners who work in UNESCO offices. So come to them, write them emails, write them some proposals, what you want to do, what you would like to do with your budget, with your clear stated questions, with clear stated ideas and questions, like maybe you will ask them for finance, maybe you will ask them for tutors or mentees or place or resources, something like that. So try to contact your UNESCO offices. They will reply, because it's like UNESCO and Dior program. They are also interested in you. So in addition, contact NGO and non-commercial organizations in your countries, because they will help. They need projects. They need some loud speaking projects and ideas. So you are a providers of such idea and projects. Just to contact them and ask them to finance or to use their legal entities, or try them to help with the project management, because NGO sector is great project managers. It's always about it. So and this also important is try to contact your organizations. So if you are from some institutions or some universities or colleges, just try to connect with them. Say that you will become like representative of this university. Just ask them about help. Just try to contact them and explain how you are useful and how you are beneficial for this university, and they will provide you with money or with assets or with resources, again, or with the whole stuff that you need. So, and the third advice was about, I think, Isadora, for example, and a lot of project managers will say you that about finance, about financial proposals, about like some kind of this process. And I would like just add that before you start looking for funding or financing, just be sure, and you should have a budget, presentations, project sustainability program that and one of the most important section is contact base, like prove your asking person that proves that you have opportunity and you have people behind you that who can help you to and who will support your project after their funding, or if they will not fund you, just say that we also have such support and we would like you to be our mentors or our sponsors or our investors, and etc. So why I talked about presentations, why I talked about like ready budgets, because for example, you are on the meeting with your potential investor, with your potential sponsor. You have only 3 minutes to encourage these people, or you have only very short and very limited time to make interesting your project for this person. So use this time, and after this time, just share with your presentations, with your budget, with your clear stated idea, with your clear stated how I can say, a program of sustainability of your project, that and make sure that the person who are behind you hear you and listen to you clearly and understand your idea and point. And also for example, like it was in my country, try to make it very famous in your country. So contact social media, maybe some social media channels, maybe journalists, independent journalists that you have, and just try to raise this idea and try to raise this question and issue in your society, and try to talk about you personally, like develop your personal brand. It's very important. It's very important when you will ask for financing or funding. So it was like my 3 very important tips. I think that I can talk always, so I should stop to do it. So if you have questions, I can just answer to these questions. In other words, you will not stop me.
Yeah, I think it was a very useful and practical tips that can be applied to anyone in here in this room. I think you mentioned about partnership with this a lot of people, and also Isadora and also Swenga also talk about partnership, but you also mentioned that we can contact UNESCO and Dior office directly. So how did you approach them? Like, did you write an email and also submit a proposal to the local office?
Yeah, it was much easier for me because I had an internship in UNESCO office, and I knew like contacts whom I can go and ask about something. Just let me share with my contacts. It's my Gmail and Instagram. You can write me always and ask me about something, or you can even ask me to make personal conference like Zoom, and if I will find my time, and I will try to fit it up, and I will try to connect with you and help you as I can. So for the first, it was easy for me. Why? Because I had an internship in UNESCO office, and I knew the stuff. Also, it was the first. The second is like as I worked in UNESCO, I knew their structure, the structure of whole UN, and I didn't just try to connect with UNESCO, but with UNICEF or with other agencies of UN, and I wrote them motivations letters. I wrote them. I sent the presentations because for this moment, it's just like another advice for you. For this moment, for UNESCO, it's very important to develop creative industries, and you can just creative industries and connect with youth. It's like one of their new program direction. So you can just say that you can be so beneficial and so useful for them in terms of this direction, because you are very creative, you have creative idea, you have very specific projects that can help society to develop. You are young, you are the representatives of youth, so you can say them like that. And also for example, NGO sector, again, they are very open for communication. Just try to search their Instagram or their phones, or try to participate in some events that you can participate in your towns or cities or place, whatever you are. So just try to make contact, just try to get contact, and just try to like impress with your idea that you are unique, and always say about your connection with Dior, with House of Dior, and with UNESCO global, like UNESCO in Paris, because you really have support from them, because they provide you with the educational platform, they provide you with mentors, sorry, and you can just say that you are a representative of the program UNESCO Dior, and from this point they like, oh, it's cool, it's great, we will hear you, we will listen to you. So yeah.
Okay, so I think it's really amazing that you connect with all of these agencies. But I was wondering, how was the process? How was your project timeline like? Because you need to approach a lot of agency, and how do you manage the timeline?
Yeah, I think that, and I hope like girls will agree with me, because time was the most complicated part of my work, because you never know what will happen tomorrow. And in my country, like nobody expected, but in my country there was a revolution on the very beginning of the year, and I didn't have an internet, I didn't have any access to communication or contacts or something else. It was like a kind of civil war in my city, and I had to be at home and not to leave my home, and it was unexpected. So for the first, know that you will never know what will happen tomorrow, so never leave it for tomorrow. Always do it today if you can. It's for the first. It's firstly because it's really like we didn't expect it. We didn't know, because our country is so neutral in politics, so calm and so safe for living, and it was like wow. So yeah. And also try to build a timeline with deadlines, with clear deadlines, and with real deadlines. Don't underestimate the issues that can happen in your area or in your country or in your life. So just make it very real, expected, and clear, like with deadlines, with timeline, with I think it's very easy to make as a table where you can just point all your tasks, all your main tasks, and some steps to reach this task. And after that, just try to make the clear timeline with the gap for emergency cases, and never leave it for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's just very useful tips for procrastinators like me. So
Yeah, and like me as well.
the same. Okay, so I would like to open the floor for any questions. Do any other girls in here have any questions for Baghdad, for Xwenga, and also for Isadora? Can open their mic or also can put in the question in the chat box. Do we have any questions here from the girls?
Yes, I do have. Hi to everyone.
Yes.
May I?
Go ahead, Gunja.
My name is Guncha. I'm from Turkmenistan, and I'm currently YPUR International Coordinator and UNRC Ambassador. Thank you very much, girls. It was really inspiring to listen, and thank you for the time that you introduced us with the main aspects. Like, actually, my question is not most about the program. I just heard that there was a Turkmen girl who also was a winner, as far as I understood, of this project. Do you know her, or it's
Yes, of course. It's like my best friend, and we are from the same university. And I just will share with her Instagram.
Mhm. Oh, so
I
she's a
yeah.
part.
Pardon, say something if you want.
She's a mentee in the program, right?
Right, yeah. She was
Oh,
my group mate, and we like together with her we created project and idea and presented in Paris.
oh, great! Congratulations.
Thank you. So like we connected social media in Turkmenistan, and you can find an article about her participation in this program, and I hope you will find it in Turkmenistan info portal or Turkmenistan news portal, something like that. And it's her Instagram. You can write her. I will ask her to reply if you need it.
Okay. Thank you. I wanted to clarify. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Guncha. Next one, we have Sue Eleanor.
Hi, yes, thank you so much for your program and thank you for organizing this. I'm Eleanor, I'm from Imperial College. I'm currently studying a master's in strategic marketing. And so a question that I wanted to ask is that and I don't know if it's been covered already, but what was the project that you guys worked on for the Dream for Change program project? And also how did it kind of inspire you for the future after the program?
Is it question for me or for Isadora or for whom?
It's for anyone who wants to answer, like one of you three.
Okay. So if you will allow, I just want to shortly I promise shortly say about the project. Like it was project for development of women's potential in Central Asia and Afghanistan region in order to prevent the Afghan scenario in our region, because our cultures are very same and very crossing. So it was like an attempt to prevent this scenario and attempt to decrease the cases of domestic violence and decrease the cases of harassment in our region in order to using educational tools, using business or internship or in business or educational support, or like rising their potential. So yeah, and regarding to practical, so we tried to film stories of 5 women from over the world, including Afghanistan and Central Asia, and rising the social issues. Right now, we are done with our scenario, with our synopsis, and we are on the communication with UNESCO office in Almaty in Kazakhstan, and trying to find our funding for realizing this film. And also another idea was to create what was like create just a second, I don't remember this word.
That's okay, describe it.
forum. It was forum, like session with women who already achieved some plans and some tops of their lives, and and when they can share with their experience to girls with high motivation. Yeah, it was our idea.
Wow, fantastic. Was this an idea that you had to form a group for, or you decided to work with someone because you were inspired by your partner as well?
It was like our idea with Sylvie, my group mate from the program UNESCO Dior, that Guncha, I introduced you this Turkmen girl, and it was our idea. We together created it with the very help of our mentor, Michel Chevalier, who just polished our ideas.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Sue Eleanor. Next, we have another question from Rufaro.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rufaro Ziluche from Zimbabwe in Africa. I have two questions. One is to Miss Koyana from South Africa. I think I heard her mention something about not everyone in the group having mentors. So I just wanted to confirm if that's what she actually said, and how it would then work if not everyone had a mentor. And then the second question is generally to any one of the 2021 mentees. Were your groups for the project groups that were formed with people from all the other countries, or it was just people in your area to make it easier for communication? And if it was people, like an international group with people from different areas, how did you then manage working together over the internet and with the different time zones?
Thank you so much for your question, Rufaro. So yes, you did hear correctly. So like I said, it was just like an unfortunate case of each of our mentors, because we all get assigned before we before we make our teams, we all get a personal mentor through the Clifton test that you guys will do if you haven't already. They assign and they pair each mentor in the program with a mentor, but it's up to the mentor themselves as to how active they pursue the mentorship. And unfortunately, all my 5 members of my team, including myself, had mentors who did not pursue that, even though we did take the initiative to contact them, to reach out, to message our mentors are not responding. So you'll find that you get assigned a mentor, but it's really up to you and the mentor. And in our case, it was up to the mentor as to whether or not the mentorship takes place. But what really helped were the coaching sessions, which are compulsory and which are really well integrated into the program, that it really allows us to sort of address all like the practical issues and concerns that we have regarding our project. We get like the mentorship and guidance from the coach. But like I said, I really stressed this matter when I was in Paris to like women at Dior, that I was like, please guys, mentorship is like the essence of the program. Like really getting guidance is so important. Please make sure that like you hire mentors that will actually take the initiative to respond back, and to like make the time to mentor. Some girls in the program and in my class were fortunate to have mentors who really ran with them and worked with them, and it forms like such a great network, such a great bond. Like, you know, just having like a mentor in life, they become more than just like the Dream for Change project mentor. they end up becoming like a bit more, and someone you talked about your career guidance and all of that, and someone who can help you even after the global conference to help implement that. So the mentorship issue is like really important, and I literally was like, you need to make sure you guys restructure the mentorship and make sure that all the girls get mentors who are literally willing to reciprocate the same energy that the mentee gives them. So that's answering that. And then in regards to your other question, please remind me what it was.
I had asked if for your group project you had worked with
yes.
people who are
I got it. I remember. Thank you. So in regards to that, so how, I don't know if they're going to change the question of the Dream for Change projects this year, but our question that we got is, how can you locally and concretely be able to help change social attitudes towards women and emancipate young girls in your local communities? So there's a big emphasis on it being geographical and it being a local initiative. Like, I need to do it in my country. So it did like make sense. Okay, let me try at least reach out to people within my continent. Let me start there. But there were unique cases and unique teams who managed to form a team and a project where they were all based in like 5 different continents, like literally globally all over the world. And I don't know how, I can't speak for the nuance of their process and how they went about it, but you know, it is about like make time to like host meetings, and some will have to be in the AMs if you're in a different time zone. It is a lot harder delegating and like organizing meetings when you are all in different time zones, and that's why I think it's ideal for you to at least try reach out and form a group that are within your continent, and it becomes an issue that you address for your continent, but also that you'll probably, through your proof of concept, because you have to prove that your initiative will work, hone it down to even one country and like one township in one city, so that you can show that you can implement this idea, and then you can like spread it out and globally, then you can like go guns blazing and like try and reach as many other people in as many other countries. So that's the advice I'd give, that like try be local, especially if the question that you guys will have for this year is also to do like a local project.
Okay, so for the mentors who weren't responding, who would you then talk to in such a case? And isn't then not possible to ask for a change of mentors to someone who is more hands-on if you feel you need a hands-on approach?
So yeah, I think someone, Izzy, do you want to respond or Baguette?
Sorry, it's just because I wanted to add something, and I would say about that because I saw some friends that was in the same situation. It's just that I have a good experience with my mentor. I have a good mentor that wanted to make meetings with me, and she was advising about the careers. She was very prompt to help me, and she was like asking about the project, asking important questions like, okay, so what do you think about that thing in your project? You think you need to think that through with your team, and giving a lot of tips. So yeah, that experience with the mentor is, I agree with everything that Twenga said, because every girl's supposed to have a mentor, a good mentor that would follow all the process of the mentorship program. It is a mentorship program, right? But I had a good experience. I had another friend that had a good experience. I had friends, people in my team that didn't have a mentor, like Twenga. But they said that you should send email to Dior team so they could rearrange another mentor for you. Some of the girls tried and then didn't have success with that. And also, my mentor was aware of the situation. I told her about that, and she was like, "Okay, give me the names of the girls that I would tell to the HR of Dior about this to try to solve the situation." But at the end, they didn't have a mentor, so they said that you can complain about that, and they can find another one to you. And I hope this year that really works. But be aware that you might be lucky or not. And another thing, you guys, is just because I have to go to work. I'm really sorry. I really wanted to stay more here, but I really have to go. But if you guys have any other questions, okay, and there is any way that I could help, I just left my Instagram account and my email address on the chat. And uh, Happy has my contact. Twenga also has, by that too. Some goes from Brazil too. But you can reach out to me on those places at Instagram or email, and yeah, we can schedule a call or anything like that. Okay, I'm really sorry I cannot stay more,
Okay.
but thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you very much, Isadora. But before you go, can we take like another minute so that we can take a screenshot for all of us together in the room here? Just quick screenshot, I promise.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, wait. Wait. How can I?
Please, can you open up your videos? Can you open up your videos? We want to see you. We're so excited.
Yes.
Everybody. Yeah. Now I see you, Brenda, Rufaro. Yes, Far, Nene, everybody. Yes.
Okay. Everyone's ready? Okay, please smile. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. The last one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So thank you very much, Isadora, for your time. I hope that we don't really bother you so much. Thank you very much for making the time. And also for the other speakers, Wena and also Baghdad, thank you very much for accepting Happy invitation in here. And also for the other fellow mentees, thank you so much for being here in this space with us. Okay.
Thank you guys, and Baghdad, Twenga, miss you girls, proud of you. Bye-bye.
Bye, proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you.
much. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Closing session here. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
I love you, Twenga.
Bye-bye.
All of you. I love you guys. Take care.
Love you so much.
Love
Thank you.
Take care, girls.